Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for checking out this first in our series in Discover Tech Kanata as to why you might consider living, working, playing, and learning in Canada's largest tech park. I'm so thrilled to have a couple of special guests with me today to talk you through a little bit about our Kanata North housing market. So, without further ado, Christine Hauschild, Allison Sheridan, please take a moment to introduce yourselves. Give us a bit of your background. We're so excited.
I'm Christine Hauschild. I'm with the LePage Team Realty. We actually have our own brokerage here in the Kanata area, and we've been servicing the Kanata North, Kanata South, Kanata everywhere, Stittsville, West End, all the people who live in this area, we've been servicing for many, many years.
Fantastic.
And I'm Allison Sheridan. I've been a member of our team working hand in hand with Christine for about 10 years now. Much like Christine, my young family and I, we live, work, and play in the neighborhood. We love the West End. We know all about the West End, everything that's here to enjoy. So happy to share personal and professional information with you today.
That's so awesome, ladies. Thank you for joining us. And when we were looking for a realtor to kick this series off, there is nobody more prestigious, Christine, than you and your brokerage in the Kanata North area. And we're so grateful you're taking a few moments out of what I know is a very busy time in the market and in your schedule. So, Christine, am I right in thinking you yourself also live in the Kanata area and you've raised your family here as well? Talk to us a little about that.
Absolutely. Back in the late 80s, actually, when we already had a little bit of Kanata Lakes going, we had Beaver Brook going, and we had the start of the high-tech park, we then started Morgan's Grant. And Morgan's Grant is an area around the late 1988, 89 was developed, and it was strictly a field. And I actually had the honor to work with the builder at the time who had big, big plans. And we designed the whole Morgan's Grant area, which was a master plan community. I started off working in a Kanata Hydro building on Klondike Road as we started selling those areas. Within the first year, I actually decided to move into Morgan's Grant as well, and I spent the first 12 years and had my babies there. Currently, I live in Kanata Lakes and have spent, many, many years living in that area. So when you are actually, especially when you're raising your family in an area, you learn it from the ground up. And of course, once again, I've had the honor of helping so many people. My background is new home construction. So I spent 18 years with builders, and then since 2003 with LePage having my own team. So it's kind of a neat way to sort of see everything truly from the ground up.
It is. Well, you're in our DNA here in the tech park. And I think that's something that's so special. As you know, we have 28,000 workers who work in Kanata North every single day in the park. And Alison, here's a question for you. When you're working with clients from the buying side who are saying, hey, I have a job or I'm going to look for a job in Kanata North, could you help me find some accommodation? Could you help me find a condo or a house? What are some of the things that you're hearing from our tech park workers when they're looking to move here, and how are you able to help them with that?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I mean, depending on where you're coming from, what your expectations are, the area actually offers quite a really good range of style and type of housing. Different price ranges, obviously. A lot of investors in the area as well. So it does offer a good rental accommodation as well. But really, people coming in, schools are so important. We have some of the best schools in the city. We really do. Parks, green space, trails. Just an overall lifestyle is what a lot of people, whether you're even moving or looking for this from within Ottawa or coming into Ottawa, this particular area of Kanata North is a huge attraction for all of those reasons, just simply for the lifestyle. It can really provide a young family or a young professional or even people approaching their retirement years.
Well, it's funny you talk about lifestyle. I think all of us in this crazy era now, that quality of life and time spent with family, I think we're going to see a shift in that. It for people out of town, Allison, who might be looking at Kanata North Tech Park as their employer and one of our surrounding communities. What is the commute time going to look like for these families who might want to work and live in and around the tech park? Are we talking hours in a day, or what is it?
Oh gosh, no. I mean, again, going back to different types of housing, whether you're looking at a little bit of acreage to have some more green space around you, or smaller stamp of land and a smaller footprint home. I mean, you may be 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I would say max 30 minutes in the West End if you're in South Kanata, or even upwards to Carp or closer to the river, and Dunrobin or Constance Bay, just some beautiful areas. But it's really what you choose. Again, there's so many different options for you.
If I can add to that, when you look at the Kanata North area, and specifically Kanata Lakes, and then into the whole Morgan's Grant area, South March, there is such a connectivity of pathway systems. And I had clients living in Kanata Lakes that used to snowshoe to their high-tech office. And the bicycling that you see, and the people just kind of saying, I don't want to be just in a downtown core. I want to really mix my good health with this. I want to have a place, maybe my kids are going to, and I have to say, some of the very, very best schools that you will see throughout the Ottawa area can be found in Kanata North. People actually move here just simply so that they can be in these school districts.
Gosh, that's so, and as a mom of young children, and Alison, I know you have young children too, to know that our tech park, this little gem in the nation's capital, has this cluster of incredible educational opportunities for our families is so nice. What about recreationally, Christine and Alison? I mean, I know the tech park, but for those of us watching who don't, what happens on Friday evening at 5 p.m.? What is there for me and my family, or my husband who likes to play sports or watch sports? Do we have facilities here around that would fill that void for new families?
Allison, I'll take that one to you.
Or after the kids go to bed. You know what? Some delicious restaurants. Obviously the big arena, the NHL, it's situated in the West End as well. I mean, pre-COVID times, we had so many really cool celebrities, bands, just the big concerts, theaters. Really, there certainly could be a pretty vibrant nightlife if you're looking for that. It really depends what you want to tap into. So there really is a diversity when it comes to entertainment, and equally about the schools and the kids and how wonderful the community is. If you really want your children to be invested in every sense of the word in sports, some of the best sports teams and families. So really, there's no shortage of opportunity to be involved with the community, and Kanata and the West End, and especially in Kanata North, it really is a place where you don't really have to leave. Costco, movie theaters, restaurants galore, entertainment, trails, exercise, work, play, everything is here for you.
The thing you're going to find too is so many of the families want to get into organized sports. So of course we've got hockey, and we've got hockey that starts from a young age, and whether you're a girl or a boy, you're going to find that. And I mean, hockey community is just intrinsically, attached to everybody. And you can, meet your neighbors on the street and play street hockey. You can meet them in the rink and play real hockey. And you can be a hockey mom watching all of your kids in your neighborhood. And it is one of the most rewarding things, and to watch these kids and watch the families grow together. And I think that's one of the things, we're missing a connectivity in a lot of areas where people move around a lot. But the opportunity to move into a place where people are congregating, they are wanting to build a life together, whether you're moving in for 6 months or you're moving in for 6 years or 10 years, there's that connectivity, and knowing that you're part of the landscape and the fabric is really important. So the sports really always connect people. We've got, as Allison said, we've got our NHL arena close by, and that has been a really great opportunity for so many people in the Kanata North area, because, not only are you watching these hockey players, you're living amongst them as well. And you are finding that it's kind of cool to be neighbors with some of these wonderful people.
You're telling me you could have, I've never met any myself, but you're telling me in Kanata Lakes or around that area, Christine, my kids could be playing street hockey and one of the Ottawa Senators could just come out and pick up a stick?
Absolutely. I can go back on a little bit of history. Used to have Patrick Leem lived on my street, and he was one of the best goalies. We had several other the hockey players live on our street. They're just these most wonderful people that when they're off ice, they are so giving to all of the people who live around them, and especially the young kids who just look up to them. So I've been very blessed to have met and worked with so many over the years. And I have to tell you that it is just a lot of fun, but you also feel, and I feel very protective working with these folks to make sure that, they're well taken care of too.
Oh, that's
Can,
so.
can I just add to this? We did not mention shopping. Shopping is very important, and Tanger Outlet Mall is so close to so many communities in Kanata. It is in Kanata North, in theory, the north side of the main highway as well. Bayshore isn't too far away. Kanata Center, you have some really great hubs for shopping. So again, if that is your outlet for whatever reason, there's a lot of great hours that could be spent in Kanata shopping.
I love how you ladies have just really helped crystallize this community feel. And that's how I know I've always felt. I've been here for 10 years, just being here. I think, Christine, I'll be more like 100-year Kanata resident, not a 10-year like you, because it is very difficult to leave it. It truly is this gem. So on that note, Christine and Alison, maybe you can give a little guidance for people who might be applying for jobs in the tech park, have just maybe received an offer from one of our tech park companies, maybe realizing they want to, find accommodations. What is the first thing that kind of house seekers or condo seekers should do when they want to look at where they're going to be best situated in the area?
Well, I think one of the first things, obviously, and a lot of people, when they're starting their search, they're usually going to talk to a trusted advisor. They
Right.
might talk to a friend who already lives in the area. They might talk to, one of their bankers. But I would say that if you are taking on the task of wanting to build a life in the Kanata North area and purchase a home or find a rental, is to have a realtor help you do that. The market that we are in currently and have been for the last 6 months to a year is not an easy one, but it's doable. And the best way to do it is to work with somebody who's going to really understand your goals and your needs and your wants. If you're a family, if you're a single, if you are, do you want a condo? Do you want to have a large single family home? Do you want a pool? Do you want to be out in the country? And it's to understand what are all these needs, and then really say, okay, let us educate you on what is happening, and then be able to put a plan into motion.
And is this market, Alison, maybe this is one that you can help us with. I know if I were buying in this market, it seems quite intimidating right now, not just in the tech park, but in Canada as a whole and in Ottawa. Should I be put off if I was looking to make a move now? Would I be finding the market intimidating, or is that something that you're able to really help walk people through and relieve some of that stress?
Yeah, I can absolutely see and I feel it. I hear it. A lot of people have been intimidated with this seller's market. It is a very hot market, well in favor of the sellers. Sometimes I find, I mean, the internet is a beautiful thing, but there's so much information out there, so much written, so many opinions. And without your trusted advisor to give you perspective of actually what's happening and how that relates to you and your search, it's very difficult to navigate. And you could easily get just in this hamster wheel of trying and going and attempting and nothing really sticking.
Right.
Um, so again, just to have that advisor, as Christine mentioned, it is so critical. Time is money, and time is so important no matter what part of your life you are in, no matter how many people in your family. I mean, there's a lot of people counting on you, I'm sure. So that again, your advisors, not to cut to the chase, but to really give you the facts and digest the market for you is how it relates to you. And then just with laser focus,
Right.
being successful and getting you as close to or exactly what you're looking for.
And timelines are really, really important, because if you have to be here in a month, you don't have time to, kind of play around with what's going on. So understanding the time frame, I think, is really important.
Yeah, yeah, you make a really good point. And just as we close out our chat with you ladies today, I know there'll be people watching this that don't have that trusted advisor here in Canada. Maybe they're moving from, Western Canada or the States or the UK, where I moved from. Is that something that you guys, as a team here, can help our buyers, our renters, our new tech park employees, and provide that advice and that help to people who may not really know where to start?
Absolutely. And I'll say that one of the things that has been wonderful through the past year has been Zoom.
Right.
And we have had this amazing opportunity to talk to people from all across the world. Allison and I have had many conversations where people are kind of looking to move into the area and they don't really know where to start. And I think having a conversation, understanding, is the first thing. So for anybody who's interested in, having a conversation, having a first consult, they can certainly reach out to us. My website is christinehauschild.com, and we are very available to meet with people and kind of go through that process with them.
Fantastic. I think that's so much appreciated, Christina and Alison. I know in this crazy market, as you said, Alison, time is money. And just knowing that you are prepared to just take that time and help our tech park employees. Our goal as a business association is to double the size of the tech park. We want 50, 100,000 people working, living, playing in the tech park, and it's partnerships with very special people like you that help move that forward. So thank you. Maybe we'll end our interview, Christine or Alison, seeing as you've been here for so long and you know this park and you're the DNA of this tech park. Christine, you must have a couple, one or two funny Kanata North stories, a bit of Kanata North history, something that even I wouldn't know or our members who are here today wouldn't know about the park. Anything?
Well, when the park was first built, and then the new construction was happening, and I mean, I'll say again, that's been a little bit of my love, is to see how everybody has kind of grown out those ways. The connectivity from Kanata North High Tech all the way through into Kanata Centrum used to be by a dirt road, and it wasn't that long ago. We used to take our bicycles all the way through, and they've since, of course, turned that into Kanata Lakes and Heritage Hills and these areas. But people still have this love of being able to get from place to place.
Yeah.
And I think that is one of the things that, whether you've lived here for 30 years or you're about to move here, the fact that you can get around everywhere is a really cool thing. So if you want to, be in Kanata North and you want to go to Dairy Queen, you can do that on your bicycle pretty darn quick. So as a family, you can get all over, and very easy to get downtown as well. So if you want to take your bicycle and go on the paths that way as well, you can. You're also not far from the, carp farmers markets.
True.
So if you wanted to be able to go out to some of these different areas. So from just a whole perspective, I think the hidden gem in our whole Kanata North area is that infrastructure that's in there that is kind of like a best kept secret for so many people.
And now we've recorded an interview, and the whole world is going to know about our best kept secret here. But I think on behalf of Kanata North Business Association and Discover Tech Kanata, thank you, ladies, so much for taking the time and talking to us a little today about the market. As you said, we will put Christine's website address at the bottom of this video. Please don't hesitate to reach out to these two ladies who will make time to help our members. Alison, thank you ever so much. I know that you tend to work on the buyer side. How is it just a crazy time of year for you now, or is it getting crazy?
Yeah, it's been pretty wild, but it's all about just time management and communication, right? Just making sure you're on the same page with your clients, and no matter where you are in your life, people just appreciate the connection, and I think now more than ever. So just maintaining that, it's wild, but it's meaningful. So it's worth it.
Well, at least you get to relax at the end of the day in
Yeah.
Canada North and enjoy some of these amenities that we've talked about. Well, thank you, ladies, and I look forward to seeing you at Hub 350 this summer when we open our doors in person on the 1st of July on March Road. We look forward to seeing you and hearing from you then. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thanks.